All right, how you doing, Marco? I'm Terrell. Big Go about me. Oh wait, media. How you doing today?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? Good,
Hey,
good.
how's your day going? I guess we're here to talk about it. Affinity that is coming out digitally, and I think believe Well Go is picking up production on this. I wanted to ask one of the first questions is what was something that you wanted to bring to the table for this movie that you didn't get the opportunity to do in previous projects that you worked on?
For me, it was more the emotional content and the humanity of the character with Bruno. Like in this character, I was able to show or to express how a killing machine can also be vulnerable, it can also be destroyed, and can also have demons that make him someone that it's vulnerable and and that he wants to find a way to you know to find a motivation to live and to give himself another opportunity in life. So that's a very complex and beautiful thing to explore.
Yeah, I think that's something you don't necessarily get the opportunity to show in a lot of your movies where yeah, you're fighting, yes, but you don't always get to show more of your emotion, your expression, like you are with the character here, your co-star. Like you don't really get a chance, like I said, John Wick. You fight. I don't want to say the fighting guy, but like you don't really always have the time to really express that in so many ways. And I was hoping that you would say that because that was definitely something that I thought stood out a lot in this movie. I'm like, okay, he's turning it up a notch here. We're getting a little something different that I haven't seen before.
Yeah, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Really appreciate it, and so excited about this movie. It means a lot to me because it's a movie that I kind of started long time ago with the question of, are we going to be able to replicate, like we're cloning, we're doing AI and robotics, and we're trying to replace humans, right? Or create humans or whatever. Are we going to replicate or create, being able to create affinity? Are we going to be able to create the emotional content that is created between two human beings through time, through conversations? So I think that was the question that was the trigger to make this movie.
I'm glad you brought that up because, like I said, you're playing a soldier with PTSD, going through that traumatic moment, and I think that is handled very well. This movie doesn't come off disrespectful at all because normally when people do PTSD, they kind of go a little too far with it. But I think you do a really good job of handling and showing, acting that out, and showing what somebody with PTSD would go through as an ex soldier, coming back into the world, trying to get reacclimated.
Yeah, cool. Thank you, man. Appreciate
Uh,
it, man.
Now I got to ask you, working with your co-stars, Luis and Brooke, who are two of my favorite people in this movie. How was it like working with them? They're so fun. They bring a lot of energy to the movie.
Cool, man. Yeah, well, Louis is an amazing actor, man. He's such like you know, I think the scenes work because was he was playing that role. Like as a human being, he's such a powerful and given human being. So we totally connected right away. And that was the relationship between the two of us. It was real.
Right.
I felt it. I felt it when I met him. He's such a nice guy and passionate, and I'm so happy that he was able to do this movie, and so thankful. And Brooke, man, Brooke is a thing. She man, she kill it, and she's tough. You like I don't know, the friendship between the two characters is so unique at the same time, so real and honest. I think, and she did an amazing job, man. She also
Absolutely.
very into the character and you know
Absolutely. Like I said, I mean, you could definitely see the chemistry you guys had, like just as friends in this movie, like how in the action scenes, how you're covering each other. Like I don't know how many cuts that took, but you guys, you could definitely tell you guys had a flow, especially keeping up with like your speed. Like I'm like, there's no way like this guy's that fast. Like I'm watching, I'm watching some of these fights, and I'm like, where are the cuts? Like I'm trying to find. I'm like, is it a stunt guy here? I'm like, no, it's like you are like legit. And I love to see like going back to like old Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, where you go back and watch those outtakes, and it's like, no, this is them 100%. Like they do
Yeah,
everything like where like they had to get slower cameras just to
yeah.
catch how fast they were going. I feel like you do the same thing when you do your scenes where you're fighting. Like it's really hard to almost kind of capture like the full essence of how you fight sometimes. Like they got to get you at the right angle. Like they got to almost kind of slow it down because like I would assume like you got to be careful also because you're trained like to really not make sure you don't hurt nobody even though you're doing a movie. You're like, oh, my bad, my bad. How was it like kind of like slowing yourself down to like do these fighting scenes with people? Even though they're like, this is all stunt work, there's trained, but do you feel like you find yourself having to slow yourself down and do a lot more of these scenes lately?
Yeah, well, sometimes that happens because of a camera. Like sometimes camera doesn't get to the point it needs to go. So of course you need to slow down a little bit, or you gotta time it up. Because the complex thing in a choreography sometimes is you want to capture the techniques in certain angles, right? So you can showcase the technique in a proper way. So if you really go full speed, there's no way sometimes camera can be on the right place to capture the thing. And sometimes, and I have a very good camera guy like Nicolo, man. He's running with the camera like wow, but at the same time, it's actually, if you slow it down, it actually looks a little better. But I don't like to do much of that. I like to mix it up, right? I like to have full moments of realism and full speed, mix it with more choreograph, slow down to show some of the techniques and stuff like that. And I think the right mixture of that stuff, it will create the illusion of that adrenaline and fighting. Because if you're all the time full speed, all the time, blah, 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 then you start getting lost, and then you just, it could be too much. If you do too much of the choreography and very clear, pa, 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 boom, pa, pa, then it ggets boring. It's like an exhibition, right? So I think the right combination of those two, in this different stages of the movie, I think what gives you that feeling of, oh, like that you get surprised in the choreography and the wow moments of the choreography, I think.
No, you do an amazing job. Like I said, for just to be able to see how you just explained all that, like definitely kind of get into my head a little bit, thinking like some of the stuff I was saying, because I'm hopefully I don't know how how you guys do your behind the scenes. If you did cut it, I would love to see like some behind the scene footage of like how you kind of really broke down some of these scenes. If any of that footage is on the table, like I said, he did a really good job with the fights in this
Oh, thanks,
movie.
man. Appreciate. Yeah, I think there are some behind the scenes. I think they're gonna be releasing. I don't know. That's a well goal.
Yeah, it's a whole other part. Oh, look, Marco, look, I appreciate you for doing this interview with me today. Thank you for taking the time. You have through this movie reiterated to me to not accept drinks from strange women at a bar. I will not be laid out in the alleyway, get my kidneys harvested.
Yeah, man, that happen. It happens, man. It's a thing, and that flower is powerful. It's
Mm.
not joke. I don't know if you heard about it, but it's a
Oh,
truth. That's a true thing, and that flower just grows everywhere. It's such a common flower, but you put that flower, you make a tea with that flower, and you're done. So,
look,
yeah, it's.
you got me scared to stamp my passport now. I don't want to go nowhere. Well, I go get my organs. But thank you, Mark, so much for, like I said, for doing this interview with me today. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.